What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? It's been a while. Oh God. Welcome back to P.I.M.P, the monthly show. It is not monthly. It is just rarely at this point. It is something. I don't know what exactly, but it's something. The last one of these I made was literally, there it is, a month before the world fucking exploded. A lot of you probably from the outside perspective understand why P.I.M.P just kind of stopped happening. I really couldn't do much. I was in my house a lot. I went to work, but for the most part, I just didn't do much because I couldn't really go anywhere. Because a lot has happened in 2 years. A lot more than I thought would happen, me personally and outside of the world. And we're gonna cover all that because I haven't really done these in a long time. So if I'm a bit rusty, you can understand why. I missed you all though a lot. I mean, you have seen me in a bunch of other videos I've made in the past 2 years, but I never had a chance to really sit down and explain myself for what I've been doing in between the videos and up to this point. So I think you are all way overdue for an explanation for a lot of things that has happened that you'll get the answers to, hopefully, that you didn't know you need the answers to, or maybe you were questioning for a long time and like, oh, I'm glad I get the answer finally. So this video, I can already tell, is going to be a very long video. I will try to make it as short as possible, but there is a lot of stuff we have to cover in the 2-year span since the last P.I.M.P episode. If you don't know what P.I.M.P stands for, it's Paragoya Illusions Making Progress. And if you couldn't tell off the bat, my basement looks a lot different since you last saw. I mean, just like, look. Like, there's a lot of more stuff here that you can see on and off camera, kind of. I got a new TV. Travis Scott wasn't here last time. Craig was always here, but he was just kind of chilling. So the rest of 2020, obviously, like I said, the last P.I.M.P was in February. And from February to December 31st of 2020, a lot has happened. You all know this. Obviously, I don't have to repeat myself. A lot of more celebrity deaths happened, and just stuff that I don't really want to touch on because we all are still trying to recover from this year and last year alone. Some stuff I didn't know I was gonna do, and then it just kind of ended up taking off. We made a new YouTube Olympics, the 2020 YouTube Olympics, and personally, I think this was our best year. With all the regulations and shit we could do because of COVID, we couldn't really do much with other people indoors, but we were lucky enough that the weather was good. We still had people that were around to help us film, and we really planned this one out and really made it to the best that we could. And there's still a video that I shot with Joe and Adam and Brian of a commentary of the entire series for the 2020 Olympics, which I still have to edit. It's been 2 years. If you don't know, I lost. Spoiler alert. We'll talk about that later in the episode. But the 5 videos we did, I believe it was 5? The 5 main challenges, and then the opening and closing ceremony and the trailer, which was like 7 videos, I think. It was fun. It was I think it was a great send-off to the series. Obviously, if you've seen the ending, you know why it's a good send-off. But I do think if we ever do bring it back, we'll have to find a way to bring it back. But if not, I think the YouTube Olympics saga has come to a conclusion. And you're hearing this from me, so if it does come back to life, I obviously had a say in it, but I think on my end, I think I'm kind of okay with just closing that chapter of my life. So you missed 2 birthdays. Last time you saw this, the last video you saw of P.I.M.P, I will reference the old P.I.M.P a lot because of, obviously, it leads into this. The last video you saw, I was still 22. I'm now 24. I'm gonna be 25 in like a month and a half. So you missed 2 years of my life in P.I.M.P. But hey, it is what it is, and I'm 24 now. I'm a whole day's worth old. I mean, you've seen my Instagram post, you follow me all this way. Follow me on Instagram at Noah with the Fro Up. Moving on to the next subject, new series that I started. Obviously, I started to watch this before the pandemic started, and I did it with Joe. There have been 3 more episodes since then that you see I've done with a lot of people. My sister, I did with Alex one, and I did one with Brian. Those ones did really well. I do want to get back into making more watch this episodes and stuff. It's just been hard to get people for many reasons. We started a new series, actually produced by Brian. It's a fantastic show. It's called Joy of Ignorance. It's for me, and it was me and Joe, but now the last episode that just came out recently was me and Sullivan because of the Attack on Titan series finale. And so it just made sense to have him on there because he knows a lot about anime and Joe knows nothing about anime. But the last couple episodes we've done before that was just me and Joe drawing stuff from memory, and it's been a fucking blast. It's been a fun time. We are trying to get that show back into production. Obviously, what you see with the latest episode coming out, it's gonna be harder because there's a new wave of COVID happening, so it's like everyone's really high on edge. Joy of Ignorance, if you guys like that show at all, don't give me any applause. That's all Brian's idea. He made that idea, we tried it out, and it just took off. So if you want to give anyone some thanks and some round of applause, give it to Brian, please, because he has really outshone himself, and I'm really proud that he has a show on this channel that he actually can produce, and he directed and shit and times like that. So yeah, that's that. Thanks, Brian. So this one, I think a lot of you might like to hear, because it was very, when I started the show, I think I just started I think the last episode of P.I.M.P. was when I first started the series. Omega's Got Talent. All last year, oh shit, what the fuck? All last year of 2021, I just did the finale, and I was trying to do more. I was trying to get ready for season 2, but just, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling going back into that part of the world for a few reasons that I'll touch on in 2021's coverage. But I did finish the finale. I got the votes in. I still have that poll up. I just gotta figure out who won, and I think everyone knows who won. But I do plan to bring season 2 this year. It's a brand new year. Literally, like, 2022 has just started. It's been like a week and a half old, I think, at this point, maybe 2. Omega's Got Talent, I just kind of put a hiatus on because I was doing other stuff that was more important, I think, in terms of like my branding and my channel and just what to do. I apologize that you didn't get a season 2 in 2021, but I can guarantee you that 2022 you will get a season 2 of Omega's Got Talent. I don't know when exactly the date will come, but I will start putting teasers out when that day comes. So it's been a great show. A lot of people love it, mainly because they're in it, but also because it's just a fun little time to have with people. And I get some crazy talent sometimes. You all know that. We're gonna have a good time on that god-forsaken website. I cannot. That's also something I kind of stayed away from because I was like, that website is very fun, but can also be extremely draining and toxic as fuck. It really can. Anyone that's been on there for more than an hour can vouch for me. It doesn't take a lot to see the fucked up shit that happens on that website. You don't see a lot of it because I obviously cut it out because I can't put it on fucking YouTube. But most of these recordings for Omega's Got Talent take 3 or 4 hours. But I want to let you know that that show is coming back bigger and better than ever. We're kind of getting to the fall, winter-ish part of the year, and I've gotten some new tattoos since I've seen you guys. I think the last one that you guys I showed you was the one behind this ear. Now I have one behind this ear. You've seen them all in videos I've made and shit in the past, but I got a ton of new tattoos. I got this one behind the ear, which, if you can read it, says Forever in Wakandan, which is the Black Panther language, because if you don't know, you probably do. Chadwick Boseman, the actor who played Black Panther, passed away in 2020. God, that was so shitty. I got that in his honor, and it's been with me ever since. So there's that. I got the I Lost tattoo. There we go. I lost because I lost the YouTube Olympics for the 2020 year. It's not my crowning achievement. It is a good icebreaker for people who see it, but I don't know why you're looking at my ankles. If you're trying to, if that's a weird icebreaker, I don't know. I use it to talk to people sometimes, but like, oh yeah, I lost a bet making a video series. And like, oh, that's cool. So that's fun. And then I don't know if I got my Ukrainian one last time I talked to you guys, but I have this one now. It's hard to see, but it's this one right here. You've seen it in some videos. I think it was actually during when I got the YouTube logo tattoo. I was talking about this in the video too. So yeah, that's that. And we'll talk about the Italian one for 2021, which is coming up very soon. Now, a lot of you, oh, I feel like I just threw up. If you guys don't know from the video I uploaded, obviously like when it happened, Adam moved away. Adam is now living in Texas, and he's been there for at least, as of this recording, about 6-7 months. I think maybe close to a year. Adam left the crew, so it's been kind of hard to do the core 4 videos because obviously Adam's not fucking here. So you can't really do shit if we need Adam unless we go to Texas or he comes to us. So it's kind of tough, but we still love Adam. He still is doing a lot of stuff. He's actually Twitch streaming on twitch.com/BigNorv. So go check him out on Twitch. I recommend it. He's doing a Ratchet and Clank series playthrough right now. He's playing all of them together up to the PS5 release. So if you like that Ratchet and Clank and you like Twitch streaming, by all means, please go check out Adam. Someone else moved who was very upset about. Obviously, he's been my best friend. He still is a best friend, but since like freshman year of high school, we've been best friends. And he moved the same year that Adam did, but I think a bit earlier. I think like after my birthday, which sucked. Christian, if you all know who Christian is, he's been in a few videos on the channel, but he was the first person to be in like my first, I guess, viral video in sense of my standards, because it had like 2,000 views from high school. It's super old. It's like almost 10 years old. Christian moved to Texas also. So it's kind of funny how Adam and Christian both live in Texas now, but I think they're not in the same city, so they're still far, but at least there's someone from hometown they can relate to. 2 of the Paragoya Illusion OGs have left New York, and it's sad. I'm actually kind of sad. I miss them, but I still talk to them like all the time. That's that, and that's basically all that's covered for 2020. That was all that was, I think, in my opinion, noteworthy for me. We're moving forward to last year, 2021. In my opinion, was a lot more life-changing for me, more than I thought I would ever notice in my life. But it happened, and we're here. Now we're in 2022. So 2021, the recap. You're in for a treat. So 2021 is here. Well, was here. Now it's gone. And like I said preemptively, a lot happened in this year as well. First thing, right off the bat, I also started Twitch streaming. And that's kind of why this year on 2021, a lot of my videos, I didn't put a lot of videos out. I was really more focused on just making sure that my Twitch stream was up to par and good standards, so I have the more mobility to jump around back and forth to YouTube and to Twitch, and to just make sure I have a good balance so I can make more videos like this and still do a Twitch stream at the same time. I do have a schedule right now, which is Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. I haven't streamed this year yet because I've been traveling, but we'll get to that part of the year later. I've been doing a lot on Twitch. I've played 5 games. We played Pokemon Sword. We played Resident Evil 8. We played Undertale, just a straight genocide run, which, man, oh man, that was a fun fucking time. I did it! I did it! I did it! And then we also played Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is now a fucking top 5 games for me for playing. Final Fantasy is incredible. I did not even know was happening half the time, but I loved it because of the Smash reveal for Sephiroth, and that's the whole reason why I wanted to play that. But the game itself is fantastic. Because I have my goals I beat the 4 games I wanted to beat. We finished the year with Breath of the Wild, which again, a fantastic game. I'm hooked on it. I've been playing it non-stop. Once I beat the game, I just kind of go back and like look for shrines and shit and just bosses to fight. So I've been having a lot of fun times playing that. Something I forgot to mention for 2020, I mentioned in the last P.I.M.P, hopefully my birthday though, I get a new computer, or at least money to get a new computer. I did get a new computer. It is the reason why I Twitch stream now. It is way better. It is amazing. I got a HP Omen Obelisk. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I got this computer and it's fucking nice. But it's definitely the reason why my Twitch streams are a lot better and why I can Twitch stream at all and do all the shit that I do. My old computer could not run it. I have tried to do Twitch streaming like long ago in the past, like in high school, and it didn't work because obviously my computer was not the best. But yeah, a new one, way better, and that's why everything else looks amazing. And speaking of new equipment, if you couldn't tell already from, like I said, the countless 2 years of videos I put out, me and Brian, oh my God, I keep burping. Me and Brian finally upgraded to new cameras. We got Panasonic GH5s. They were a hefty price tag. They were as much as my computer. One camera costs the same as my computer. I don't like really talking about how much I spend on equipment because I don't feel like you really need to know that unless you really are curious and you want to buy it. But I think I should start putting like my equipment list in like the description if you're curious. But yeah, we bought a Panasonic. Me and Brian each bought a Panasonic GH5. So we each have one of those. So when you saw stuff like Bad Libs, which we'll talk about that later, and Joy Ignorance, and like other shows with like on my channel with 3 cameras, you've noticed a change in this camera. And we also read a third one through Lens Pro to Go, which I recommend using that website if you want to ever try any kind of new camera. You're not sure how it's going to feel, how it's going to look. I recommend using Lens Pro to Go. This is not a paid sponsorship at all. This is just something I really wish I knew about in high school, because this actually would have just changed my life a lot in terms of like how my videos look and how my music videos looked as well. It's very cheap and inexpensive to rent, and you can rent any camera and lens you want and lights as well. But yeah, it has been a life-changing thing for us because it has made everything look so much better, sound cleaner, look nicer, and then just flow and work-wise as well. That's what I've been doing a lot of 2021. I was Twitch streaming, which, and by the way, haven't plugged my shit yet, but I recommend you go and check me out on Twitch at twitch.com/Paragoya_illusions. Can't do spaces. You don't want to do the others, so just Paragoya_illusions. There's usually a link on the banner of my page on YouTube, and there's also a link in the description as well. And I've kind of put some videos out on here for the highlight channel. I have a second channel as well that I made. So 2021 also, I made a second channel, which I'm gonna start putting more behind the scenes shit and just kind of more stuff that doesn't make the main channel cut. I'm also putting all of my past Twitch streams on that channel. So like if you ever missed them, obviously they're not going to be to the same quality as when I release them, when I do on live, because a lot of stuff gets muted because of copyright and shit. And if you want to watch an old stream that is either since deleted or just hasn't, or you like want to rewatch it again, they're all on my second channel, which is just called Paragoya. That's also in the description as well as on the main channel page, so you can check that out. But eventually we're going to get some bloopers and BTS stuff from other videos and series like on the main channel. We'll put those on there so you know. And like I said, the highlights from the Twitch stream, certain ones, not all of them, I'll put on the main channel so you kind of get a feel for it if you don't want to watch the whole stream. Because I stream for a while. Some are like 6-7 hours, some are like 2 hours. The longest one I did was 12 hours, and that was just completely by accident. I just was so invested in the game. So, and enough talking about Twitch for now. We'll get back to that later. YouTube will still be my baby though, so don't think I'm leaving YouTube. I mentioned earlier in the rant about the new camera, the new computer, and this Twitch streaming, we had a new series called Bad Libs. Wow, that show did a lot better than I thought it would. Not like necessarily that. The show, very fun to do, very fun to just work on. So we have a new person that we like to work with a lot, Alex Caro, which I recommend go subbing to his channel. He does more quick comedy, sketches, stuff like that, stuff that I lack in. So I'm glad that he's kind of on this show with me. So Bad Libs is basically, if you don't know already, you get Mad Libs, me and him go back and forth making two stories a person, and then we reenact them like Drunk History does. If you've seen that show, they just have people like lip sync what they say. So we do that but with bad libs, and it's a fun time. We only put out 2 episodes this year because of the production rate that the series takes to make. Like what you see on YouTube in the 20-minute video, there's a lot behind the scenes that you don't see, which is kind of why I want to put that on my second channel. We go from shooting the video to planning out where we're shooting the video to who we're gonna have in the video to getting the props, equipment, and lighting and timing and making sure our schedules line up, shooting that, doing the audio like in person, making sure everything works the best way, come back, edit that, and then release it. And just kind of, it took us a month to do 1 episode each. That's why there were only 2. We had a 3rd one in the ready, but we couldn't make it work because of timing and just constraints with actors and shit. So unfortunately, episode 3 of that episode will not come out. We might release it later as like a lost episode thing, but I don't know yet. I really don't know what's gonna happen with that video. I couldn't tell you if I knew. Brian has all the footage, so it's up to him. But yeah, Bad Libs is a very fun show. It's like I said, very high, it's a high production video, so we don't shoot it as often because of how much it takes on all of our parts. The reception we get back from it is just fantastic, and I love it, and I thank you all for giving Alex a good introduction. Round of applause for welcoming him to the channel. Besides that, I'm glad that he's been welcomed into the Paragoya Illusions crew, and he's been having a blast ever since. I've been on his channel for a few videos. He's been on here for a few videos, and you've seen in the past Twitch streams, which I cannot stress enough. Please go follow me on twitch.com. Please. I'm almost at 300 followers as of this recording. 2021 has, what the hell was this? 2021 has offered me a lot of new what's the word? I'm learning new shit. So I've decided to learn Italian. That explains, like I said earlier now, with the tattoo in Italian on the top, which I think is gonna be fucking blurred. I don't know Ukrainian. I wish I kept learning that, but I've stuck with Italian, and it's been fun. But yeah, I'm starting Italian, so that's why I got my Italian tattoo, because my teacher is a good friend of mine. It's been fun learning a new language, and I like languages now. The more I've been like kind of at home just with my thoughts, I'm like, oh, what's it like to know this language fluently? So let's learn it. In honor of obviously 2020, people moved a lot. 2021 was no different. This one was a bit more close to home. My sister finally moved out of the house. Yeah, she moved all the way to LA, and it kind of stung a bit because she's younger than me. I'm the older one. I'm supposed to move out of the house first, but clearly, as you can fucking tell, I'm still here. I'm still here, baby. I've been trying to move out of the house for a while, but I just can't. I've been trying to get new jobs. But obviously, I'm actually in a good path right now. I've been applying some places. I've been getting some responses back, positive ones. So fingers crossed, your boy might be out of the basement this year. I miss her. She's not gonna see these videos, so she'll never hear me say that. But we talk here and there. She lives in LA. She's been doing a lot of stuff. She's met a lot of people. She's been doing a lot of cool things in terms of arts and modeling. So yeah, she's living the life out there. Back to the first P.I.M.P episode. I mentioned somewhere in there saying if I apply everywhere and I get a job, say in Texas, don't know why I'm going to Texas. Well, some reason I went to Texas in July to go see Christian. I went for the weekend, and boy, has my perspective of Texas changed a lot. The town where he was at the time, very nice. The state as a whole, taking a lot of L's with the shit they're doing. That's just, come on, you can see it clear as crystal. I went on a travel high for the last 6 months of 2021. And I know what you're thinking, Noah, but COVID was still on the rise. Yes, I know. I was being very safe still, trust me. So I went to Texas, had a great time in Austin, got to meet a bunch of Christian's friends, got to really experience the heat in July for Texas, which it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it was still decent weather, and Texas was fun. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Texas was actually very fun. From Texas goes to the next trip I went. In August, which, yeah, literally like the next month, very surprised, I went on a 3-state trip. So from New York, I flew out and went to Chicago again. Y'all remember Chicago? Remember that vlog I went to go see Julia, the graduation?
Wow. I flew all the way here for this.
Well, I went back to go visit her family because she's not there right now. You'll understand why later. But I went to Chicago and got to revisit all my friends there. I also got to meet the incredible and so good looking and talented Eric Moran Films. We've been friends on Twitter for a few years. He goes to school in Chicago, and I was like, dude, I'm in Chicago. I'd love to meet you finally and just like talk and get lunch. So we talked and got lunch. I was in one of his videos. He's a great person. So Eric, if you're watching this video, I do miss you, and I hope we can reconnect again in Chicago. I will definitely love to come back there sometime. And yeah, Chicago was great. But my trip, my 2-week vacation, I guess, wasn't over then. Because from Chicago, we took a nice little trip all the way to LA to see my sister. Like I said, I miss my sister. Shut up. Don't even fucking start. I went to LA to see what LA is all about. LA, it's very, very, very different than I expected. It's very smoggy, which is not something I kind of knew it would be smoggy, but it's not. It's very industrialist, and I don't know why I thought always LA was very fun and exciting. I didn't get to see like a lot. I saw the Hollywood sign, which is cool. My friend Taylor was in San Diego, so she came up also. We all went to Six Flags, so that was fun. I love Six Flags. I don't know. I don't think I'd live in LA. Even if I became like a big YouTuber, I don't think I'd live in LA. I think I'd live in like San Fran or some shit. I just like naturey shit more. But LA's cool. I definitely will visit my sister again. But I just don't think I'd live there. That's just me. So anyone expect me to live in LA, I'm sorry. It's a lot of opportunity there. My sister just got like offered some like editorial shit, so that's cool. But I just don't think LA is for me. Ton of opportunity though, like I said, ton. Like if you want to make connections, go to LA for a week, you'll make a ton of connections. But from LA, went somewhere that I didn't think I'd be able to go this young in my life. I went to Hawaii. I went to fucking Hawaii at 24. That might be a subtle flex to people, or not at all. But Hawaii is a place I've always wanted to go to for years. A lot of it has to do with because of the internet from Childish Gambino and also like a Late Night Kauai in that whole album. But Hawaii is just a place I've always wanted to know what it's like there. And it's fucking beautiful. It is amazing. The only thing that's in the back of my mind when I was there was, I'm in the middle of the fucking ocean. If something happens, there's no way off this island. It's just water for 6 hours any direction. That was kind of frightening at first, but Hawaii is just, it really is like a paradise. Everyone there is super nice, cause like, why would you be mean? It's just really pleasant. Like when it rains, it's still pretty. It's not even cold that much. It's like a nice weather. I didn't get to fucking surf though. If I ever go back again, which I definitely will, I will surf next time. But I wanted to hike and just saw the most beautiful view of Honolulu. And that picture is obviously on the screen right now, but it's also forever in my mind, and just that experience and that fucking hike up was crazy. I wanted to hike because I wanted to go on a hike, and just the whole time I'm just like, wow, I'm really here in Hawaii. And it was nice. It was super nice. It was super fun, and I will go back again. And I went because Julia, you guys know her from obviously the vlog, went to Chicago.
Wow. I flew all the way here for this.
She went to school in Hawaii. So, like I said, I got friends over, so why not capitalize on that and just go travel. So that's what I did. But the 6-month nation trip does not stop there. No. Hawaii was a big top point, but there's still more that happened. From Hawaii, I went back home, flew to Arizona for a layover, and then went back to New York and kind of just hung out for a little bit. And then I believe in October, I went to Philadelphia to go see my good friend Taylor because there was a fashion show, and I'm a huge fashion icon. I love fashion. I'm not an icon yet. Trust me, fingers crossed. I feel like I personally, like that was a growing experience for me as a person. First of all, I love Philly. I go there like here and there. So I fucking loved it, and it was so much fun to see Taylor again after I saw her literally in San Diego. That was fun. I really went out with my outfit. There's pictures all over my Instagram. Obviously, there's pictures also on the screen, videos of me just flaunting my shit. I had a blast. Also, never being to a fashion show, I get to finally see what it was like to be at one. and it was amazing. It was so cool. There was so much talent people can do with sewing machines that I didn't realize was possible. Blew my mind. So that was super fun, and I am hoping to go again next year, or I guess this year, 2022, whenever there's another one. So that was super fun, and Philly, I'll be back again. I always visit you randomly, but that's that. We continue the trend of burping in a P.I.M.P episode. Literally the next month, in November, I went to Atlanta because my cousin got married, and I was part of the grooms. I was a groomsman. I was part of the groom community. What's it called? That. I was part of my cousin's wedding, and it was super cool to be a part of the wedding. And as of this recording, this year, 2022, I'm going to a wedding in Sacramento, and I'm the best man. So I'll update you guys on that when that happens in October. I got to dress up, look nice. If you look at my pictures on Instagram, I said I'm pressing it a lot, so please follow me on IG if you want some pictures of me, if you like seeing my face, I guess. It was really fun. It was super sweet. I cried a little bit because my cousin, I have known this cousin specifically for years. I grew up with him kind of when I went to Atlanta, and he's just been really fun. And he's always really keeping in contact with me in terms of like what I'm doing with my life and shit. So it's really cool to just really be a part of that chapter of his life. So congrats, Cuzzo, and to your new cousin, my new cousins now. So family's weird. The show kept going, and we ended the year in Arizona. Why? Because Sabrina, my old sweet mate, lives in Arizona. And they're like, okay, so what? Well, there was a rave happening for New Year's Eve, and I'd never been to a rave, so I thought, why not test it out? I went to Arizona for a week. I literally got back, as this recording, I got back like last week. No, I got back Thursday. So it hasn't even been a full week yet. I came back. But in that time, went to the rave for New Year's Eve. Fucking blast. Raves are sick. I'm gonna put a little warning real quick before I put these clips up. If you have any type of epilepsy or visual sensitivity to flashing lights, I'll put a little timestamp so you can skip that part, or you can just close your eyes and listen to me talk about the rave. All right. We're good. Dylan Francis was there. Marshmello was there. Destructo was there. Shaq was supposed to be there, but he wasn't because he got COVID. Not him. His team did. A lot of his team did, so he just canceled it. But it was still so much fun. And also the day of New Year's, Betty White passed away. R.I.P. to her and the last Golden Girl. So Dylan Francis had a little thing for her honor, and everyone in the entire area just sang the theme song to Golden Girls, so that was fun. New Year's happened, and I didn't have a New Year's kiss. I thought. This might be weird to share. Not really. Actually, it's not. My New Year's kiss was with a man. I don't know what that says about this year, but it's gonna be full surprises. Did not see that coming at all. What else happened in Arizona? I went on a hike. I got to learn about the gold mines and how cactuses look. I got to also found out that the little pink flower thing is actually a fruit, and I did not know it was a fruit until I went to Arizona, and you can eat them, and they're called prickly pear, and that blew my fucking mind. I didn't even know those things were edible. I thought they were flowers. I also got to hike around that big mountain in Arizona that everyone sees like a lot of. I found out it's also a exploded volcano. So that's a little fun fact if you didn't know. That mountain ridge is actually an old volcano. I realized after I left that the Grand Canyon is in Arizona. I did not know that. I thought it was in Nevada. So I didn't go to the Grand Canyon. I didn't want to see the giant ass crack of the world. Really had a great time at Arizona. It's actually up there now for like places I want to move. And then I finally left. I went home, and yep, you guessed it. I got COVID after 2 years of this pandemic, and the traveling I did in between then and now. It wasn't until the very last trip I went on the start of New Year's, that I got COVID. I'm negative as of Saturday. So, yeah, I'm fine though. But please make sure that you are masking up wherever you can, and also make sure you're vaccinated if that's your preference. I don't really want to push that shit because people are so weird about it now. I don't really give a fuck. I'm vaccinated. That is my year. That is the last 2 years of my life off and on a YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but if you're willing to stay here till the very end, I appreciate the hell out of you. And I thank you, and I'm glad that you're invested in my life in some way, or you just are like, oh, a new video, so let's go watch it. As of lately, well, last year I'm a lot more on Twitch, so if you want to check me out on Twitch, go to Paragoya_illusions on Twitch.com. Obviously, links in the description. It's also like on an iCard. It's also on the main page. It's literally everywhere. It's plastered all over, so you have no excuse not to see it. Thank you guys also. In that time from Twitch streaming and all that, I've hit, as of today, 826 subs. I think the last P.I.M.P that I did in 2019, I was at, I think I was about to hit 500. So I've gained 300 subs in that time since our last P.I.M.P. So to all the new subs, new and old, thank you for joining me on the ride. And I hope you're excited because this year is also my 10 years anniversary on YouTube. It's like April 16th, April 6th, one of those 2 dates. I gotta double check, but I'm doing a special event for that on my anniversary, so that's all you're gonna know. If you came to the end of the video, that's what you know. My 10-year anniversary is coming up, and it's been amazing, and I really have no amount of words that can thank you all for doing this. Has helped me a lot grow as a person, become more tech savvy in terms of camera work, in terms of videos, and how to be more confident and calm and like collective on camera and in front of the lens. There's a lot more I will talk about, but that's for the anniversary. But I just want to thank you guys again for that, and I'll see you guys hopefully in another P.I.M.P. It won't be this long, I can guarantee you that. I don't know if I'm gonna start, if I do one February or I'll just wait a bit. I don't know if they're gonna be monthly, but when I make them, I'll make them. So, but it won't be a 2-year hiatus, I can promise you that. Check me out on my social medias. I will see you guys next video, next stream, or something in between. See you later, kids. Oh, I forgot to mention. Boss Baby's dead. Yeah, Brian killed Boss Baby. I put it, it's just a head now. I forgot to mention that. Whoops.